Hello everyone, this is Maxis Live TV. We want to discuss the reason why the sum of angles of a triangle is 180 degrees, which in other terms you can call proof. Proof that sum of angles of a triangle is 180 degrees. Now, before we go to the proof proper, I want us to remind us on how we write angles of a triangle. Let us assume that you have a triangle like this. Let's say triangle A, B, and C. Okay? We can write the angle we are talking about here, this, and this. Different ways of writing the angle. We have 4 different ways of writing the angles that we have here. Let's consider this angle, angle A. This angle A can be written, you can represent the angles with letters. You can represent them with letters, but let it be small letters. So this one, you can call this one X, Y, and Z. Okay? So the 4 different ways of writing the angles is let's consider this. For example, you can write this one as the X, which you have used to represent the angle. You can write it as X degrees. You can write this one as angle A. You can write it as angle BAC. Okay? And you write it as angle BAC. Any of these is correct. Any of these is correct because you have already represented this one with X, so you can call it X degrees. You can call it angle A if you like. You can call it angle BAC. This is the most common ways. These are the most common ways of writing angles, because what you just need to do is you put the symbol of angle on top of your letter, and then your letter, the angle you are referring to must be in the middle. Okay? Then another thing that we want us to look at before we come to the proof is what we call angles on a plane. Angles on a plane. When you have 2 parallel lines like this, and you have a line intersecting the 2. We can use this one to get different facts from here. The first one is angle at a point, which is 360 degrees. We have what we call alternate angles. Alternate angles, if you look at the diagram very well, you will see that it's going to form something like Z. This one is parallel to this. So whatever you have here, let's assume that this one is X1, then this one is X2. We can say X1 is equal to X2. The reason behind this is alternate angles are equal. We say that they are alternate to each other. Alternate angles are equal. There's also what we call corresponding angles. Corresponding angles. When you have 2 parallel lines like this and this are the same. They are corresponding angles. Let's say this is Y1 and this is Y2. Then Y1 is equal to Y2. Those are the 2 facts that we are going to make use of in our proof. Okay? So alternate angles corresponding angles. So you can now go to the proof proper. Also, when you are proving your any theorem whatsoever, you need to state all the necessary facts to support your proof. Otherwise, the examiner will not award you any mark. Okay? Because we call it proof. You have to show the reason why the sum of angles of a triangle is 180 degrees. Now, let's start. Okay? Let's assume that our triangle here, the triangle that we want to prove is triangle A, B, and C. Triangle A, B, and C. Now this triangle, let's use small letters to represent the angles. Let's call this one X, let's call this one Y, and let's call this one Z. Okay? Now, we want to show the proof step by step. The first statement you make is given a triangle ABC. Mind you, I have used ABC here because I have labeled my triangle ABC. You can try other letters. You can say triangle PQR, triangle XYZ, triangle. It depends on whatever you want. But the one we are choosing here is ABC. Okay. Now, in order to make your proof to be easy, or what you are supposed to add some lines to aid your proof. Okay. Now, but let's first of all state what you want to prove. So you write proof. We have to prove that angle A plus angle B plus angle C equals 180 degrees. That's what we want to prove. But before we can proceed, we need to add some lines to this diagram so as to make our proof easy. And what are those lines? It states here, draw a line from C to a point P. Draw a line from C to a point P. That is, this line from here, we draw a straight line. We call this one P. If you want to do your own, you can call it X. If you want to, anybody can call it, but make sure that it does not take any letter from what we have here. Okay? So we have done that. Secondly, we say draw a line CT parallel to line BA. Draw a line CT parallel to line BA. So, which means our line here, one side of the triangle is BA. Okay? And we have to draw another line which will be parallel to this. So, we can draw a broken line. Let's call this one T. So we have line CT. Okay, now from what we have here, we are now having three angles again. We have Z. Let's call this one angle A degrees. Let's call this one angle B degrees. Okay. Okay. Now we can start our proof. From what we discussed earlier on, corresponding angles, alternate angles, uh, supplementary angles, angles at a point, and whatever. So the two different facts that we are going to make use of here are corresponding angles and then alternate angles. If you look at this line is parallel to this. Okay? Now, this is x degrees. A, you can say here, A degrees is equal to x degrees. You have to state your reason. What is the reason? You have something like this, you have something like this, something forming z. Okay? So, x degrees is the same thing as A degrees. We call that one alternate angles are equal. Or you can simply say alternate angles. That is, the reason why A is equal to X is because they are alternate angles. Okay? Now, come here. We have something like this. These are what we call corresponding angles. Whatever you have here is the same thing as what you have here. X is equal to y. Okay? Because they are corresponding angles. So far that this and this are parallel lines. Don't forget. So here, y degrees is equal to b degrees. What is the reason? You have to state it. Corresponding angles are equal. Okay? Now, we now say considering line BCP. Considering line BCP, we have Z degrees plus A degrees plus B degrees is equal to 180 degrees. What is the reason behind this? Angles on a straight line. Angles on a straight line is equal to 180 degrees. Angles on a straight line. Okay, angles on a straight line. You can now conclude. You will see that we have almost arrived at our answer. You can say, but A degree is equal to x degrees, and y degrees is equal to b degrees. So, which means what you are trying to do here is, since these are not the angles that we need to prove that sum of angles of a triangle is 180 degrees. These are what we need: x and y, and then z. So, since we have been able to prove that A degrees is equal to x degrees, y degrees is equal to b degrees, then it means it is safe to replace A and B with x and y. Okay, so that means, therefore, you can say therefore z degrees plus x degrees plus y degrees is equal to 180, which we can rearrange. We can rearrange it as y degrees plus, we can rearrange it as x degrees plus y degrees plus z degrees is equal to 180 degrees. Therefore, angle A plus angle B plus angle C is equal to 180 degrees. Then you close it with QED. QED. That is, I have proved what you have asked me to prove. Okay? Although some people they call this one jokingly that quite easily done. It's not correct. It's QED, which means I proved what you have asked me to prove. Okay. Now, having studied this, let us look at this question together. Let's look at this question together. Let's also assume that we are asked to find the value of x. Okay. Let's assume that this one is 80 degrees, this one is 40 degrees, and this one is 2x. Okay, you can say from the figure above, find x. Okay, so it is now it is generally known now that sum of angles of a triangle is 180 degrees. Okay, now let's sum the three together. We have 40 degrees plus 80 degrees plus 2x is equal to 180 degrees. You have to state your reason. But if it is if it is an objective question, you don't need to do that, because what objective questions are all about is time and accuracy. Okay, so this is angles on a straight line. Okay, then we have 40 plus 80, we have 120 plus 2x is equal to 180 degrees. The connection between 120 and 2x is plus. Therefore, when this 120 goes to the other side, it becomes minus. Therefore, we have 2x degrees is equal to 180 degrees minus 120 degrees. Okay? 2x is equal to 60 degrees. 180 minus 120 is 60. The connection between 2 and x here is multiplication. 2x. 2x means 2 multiplied by x. 2x, 2 times x. Therefore, when this 2 goes to the other side, it becomes division. X is equal to 60 divided by 2. X is equal to 30 degrees. 30 degrees. We believe that you have been able to gain one or two things. If so, kindly follow our page, share, and drop your comments to give us feedback. See you some other time. Bye.